Have you ever wondered about the financial catastrophe that is largely unnoticed by the media and goes unreported? Imagine a threat that is always there and has the ability to undermine the core of the world financial system. We reveal the quiet catastrophe that is threatening our economy in this exclusive film, where digital adversaries are posing an existential threat to consumers, businesses, and banks alike. To what extent are our financial institutions vulnerable? How can we strengthen our defenses against attackers who are invisible? Underlying crisis. The fundamental issue we confront today is related to cybersecurity breaches, a sneaky danger that is sometimes disregarded while talking about more traditional financial problems. The stability and integrity of our global financial system are being threatened by the covert penetration of cyber enemies. While economic downturns and market crashes make headlines, these cyber attacks highlight the weakness of our digital infrastructure, ranging from sophisticated ransomware attacks on financial institutions to data breaches exposing private customer information. The question that remains is how we can protect our financial institutions from invisible threats that lie in the shadows in this day and age. Scope of threat. The banking sector is targeted by a broad and complex cybersecurity threat. Financial institutions' cyberattacks are becoming more frequent and sophisticated, putting sensitive financial data and customer confidence at serious danger. Attacks utilizing ransomware, in which hackers encrypt data and demand a payment to unlock it, have become an increasingly dangerous menace that can result in significant disruption and monetary loss for a business. Furthermore, millions of people's financial and personal information is compromised by data breaches, which can result in fraud, identity theft, and harm to the impacted institution's reputations. Financial impact. It is impossible to overestimate the financial impact that cybersecurity breaches have on the financial industry. In addition to the immediate expenses involved in containing and recovering from cyber attacks, these events frequently cause impacted organizations to suffer large financial losses. These losses could result from a number of things, such as legal liability, regulatory fines, reputational harm, and company interruption. Moreover, a cybersecurity breach can result in a decline in client trust, which can worsen the financial impact on the organization by reducing customer acquisition and retention. Beyond specific institutions, the entire economy is affected by these breaches, since disturbances in the financial sector have the potential to erode investor confidence, disturb market stability, and stifle economic progress. Systemic vulnerabilities. Cybersecurity breaches are made more severe by systemic weaknesses in the global financial system, which increases the possible repercussions for market resiliency and financial stability. Due to the interdependence of markets and financial institutions, a single cyber attack can have a significant impact, spreading quickly across networks and impairing vital operations. Furthermore, the financial industry is vulnerable to systemic risks, including cascade failures and contagion effects, which occur when a disturbance in one area of the system affects the entire ecosystem, due to its reliance on digital technologies and interconnected networks. Further compounding the systemic vulnerabilities are the intricacies of financial networks and the dependence on outside vendors and service providers, which open up numerous entry points for cyber attackers to exploit. To improve cybersecurity resilience, bolster risk management procedures, and safeguard the financial system's underlying infrastructure from cyber attacks. Institutional action. Financial institutions need to move swiftly to strengthen their defenses against cyber attacks and reduce the risks associated with them in light of the growing threat to cybersecurity. Prioritizing cybersecurity as a fundamental element of risk management strategies is imperative for institutions, as they acknowledge this dynamic and ever-changing threat that necessitates continuous attention. To strengthen their cybersecurity infrastructure and capabilities, this means investing in cutting-edge technology like encryption protocols, secure authentication processes, and threat detection and prevention systems. Comprehensive employee training programs are also necessary to improve cybersecurity resilience and awareness at all organizational levels, enabling personnel to identify possible risks and take appropriate action. Institutions must also create strong incident response strategies and practices in order to respond to cyber incidents quickly and efficiently, reducing operational disruption and limiting financial losses. Collaborative efforts. In order to detect, prevent, and successfully respond to cyber attacks, industry stakeholders must work together to address the complex and ever-evolving cybersecurity threat. To improve the group defense against cyber threats, cooperation between financial institutions, government agencies, regulatory organizations, law enforcement agencies, and cybersecurity specialists is essential for exchanging threat intelligence, best practices, and resources. Institutions can improve their cybersecurity posture and remain ahead of emerging threats by exchanging real-time threat intelligence through information-sharing platforms and forums. Additionally, cooperative efforts including working groups, cybersecurity task forces, and joint exercises help stakeholders increase overall cybersecurity resilience, expedite incident management procedures, and coordinate responses to cyber catastrophes. Industry stakeholders may address systemic vulnerabilities. Cultural shift. Effectively reducing the risks presented by cyber threats in the financial sector requires a cultural shift towards prioritizing cybersecurity knowledge and resilience. This transition necessitates a basic adjustment in perspective, where cybersecurity is seen as a shared problem across all organizational levels rather than as the exclusive domain of its departments. The first steps in creating a culture of cybersecurity awareness are education and training initiatives that enable staff members to identify possible risks, follow data security best practices, and react appropriately to cyberattacks. Furthermore, encouraging open communication and teamwork among staff members through openness and responsibility fosters a proactive approach to cybersecurity risk management. Organizations also need to incorporate cybersecurity concerns into performance reviews and corporate governance frameworks in order to encourage and reward cybersecurity-aware conduct. Continuous vigilance. In the never-ending fight against cybersecurity threats in the financial sector, constant monitoring is crucial. Organizations must continue to be proactive and flexible in their cybersecurity efforts, since cyber attackers are always changing their strategies and methods. To do this, networks, systems, and apps must be continuously watched for indications of unwanted access or questionable activity. Organizations can detect and react quickly to any attacks by putting strong threat detection and prevention methods in place, such as intrusion detection systems and security analytics tools. Additionally, frequent penetration tests and vulnerability assessments assist in locating and addressing cybersecurity defense flaws before bad actors can take advantage of them. Organizations can also stay ahead of the curve and foresee possible dangers by keeping up with developing cyber threats and industry trends. By participating in information-sharing efforts and working with cybersecurity specialists. Long-term resilience. It will need a thorough and consistent effort from financial institutions, regulators, and other stakeholders to achieve long-term resilience against cybersecurity threats. This means creating an organizational-wide culture of cybersecurity resilience in addition to taking quick action to fix any vulnerabilities that are currently in place. Institutions that want to strengthen their cybersecurity defenses against changing threats must spend heavily in cutting-edge technologies, resilient infrastructure. Moreover, strengthening the financial sector's long-term resilience requires cooperation and coordination across industry players. Organizations can more successfully detect and counter new cyber threats when they pool their resources, best practices, and threat intelligence. Institutions can also improve their incident response capabilities and fortify coordination systems for handling cyber incidents by participating in cooperative exercises and simulations. Cybersecurity breaches provide a ubiquitous and complex threat to the financial sector, endangering the stability, integrity, and resilience of the global economy. Financial institutions, regulators, governments, and other stakeholders must work together to strengthen cybersecurity defenses, improve communication and information sharing, and promote a resilient and cybersecurity-aware culture in order to effectively address this complex issue. Institutions can reduce the impact of cyber risks and integrate long-term resilience into their operations by giving priority to investments in cutting-edge technologies, strong infrastructure, and qualified staff. Furthermore, industry players must work together in order to effectively identify and manage emerging cyber dangers by utilizing their combined expertise and resources. Subscribe now for the latest insights on fortifying financial cybersecurity. Stay ahead of threats and protect your organization. Subscribe today.